It is widely believed that only a weak government with less military might and poor intelligence gathering mechanisms that negotiates with terrorists. More so, that democracy must never give in to violence and terrorists must never be rewarded for using it. Negotiations give legitimacy to terrorists and their methods undermine actors who have pursued political change through peaceful means. Hence, negotiations can destabilize the political system of a government, undercut international efforts to outlaw terrorism, and set a dangerous precedent. Meanwhile, in practice, democratic governments around the world secretly often negotiate with terrorists either directly or indirectly, but deny doing that publicly. The list of negotiations between democratic governments and terrorists are numerous. In 1991, the British government maintained a secret back channel to the Irish Republican Army even after the IRA had launched a mortar attack on 10 Downing Street, which nearly eliminated the entire British cabinet. In 2011, contrary to their principle, the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu approved the release of 1,027 prisoners that were responsible for the deaths of 569 Israeli civilians to meet the demands of Hamas in order to secure the release of the kidnapped Corporal Gilead Shalit. Even the United States, that often brags of its non-negotiation policy with terrorists, also has a long list of negotiations with terrorists throughout history, some of which includes the George Bush administration in 2002 paying a large sum of $300,000 ransom to Abu Sayyaf, an Islamist extremist group in the southern Philippines, to secure the return of two American missionaries, Martin and Gracia. Efforts by the Philippine military to rescue the missionaries resulted in Martin's death and Gracia's return to the United States. Also, in 2014, Army Sergeant Bo Bagdal, an American soldier, was released by the Taliban in exchange for 5 Taliban fighters held at the Guantanamo Bay prison by the United States. Through all the noise and controversy surrounding the return of the Army Sergeant, one thing has remained clear. President Obama is not apologizing for his decision to bring back Baghdad home, stating that we do not leave anybody wearing the American uniform behind.
We have a basic principle. We do not leave anybody wearing the American uniform behind. We had a prisoner of war whose health had deteriorated, and we were deeply concerned about, and we saw an opportunity and we seized it, and I make no apologies for that.
The point is, one may choose to agree or disagree with the policy of not negotiating with terrorists. There are valid arguments on both sides of the debate, but suggesting that the practice is unprecedented and anything other than the routine in international affairs is misleading. Should Boko Haram key for negotiation, the Nigerian government should negotiate with them because it is the primary responsibility of any government in the world to save the lives and protect the properties of our citizens. It doesn't matter the way it goes about it, so long it is for the good of the people and the nation, it must be done. However, the government should negotiate from the point of strength and not from that of weakness. Negotiations with people like Abubakar Shekau can lead to an outcome that is better than the status quo and avoid more loss of lives and damage of properties. Boko Haram in the past few years of its existence have been responsible for the loss of thousands of lives, damage of thousands of properties, displacement of millions of people, and the abduction of groups and individuals. Those that have in one way or another been victims of one form of terror or the other, either by loss of loved ones or properties, knows better. They care less about the tactics the government choose to employ in putting an end to the Boko Haram insurgency. The only thing they care about is living in a society where their lives and properties are safe. Negotiations with terrorists are not an easy task. However, it is worth trying to reach a peace agreement. The use of several forms of forces to combat the Boko Haram sect has proved abortive. Perhaps now is the time to start thinking of really bringing negotiation to the table.